Accessibility is often misunderstood as being only for people with disabilities. Eldita, how do you approach accessibility with that broader inclusive mindset?
This is a good question, Neha. Thank you. I want to talk about accessibility by first describing the inclusive mindset, which essentially means that products consider a full range of human diversity with respect to ability, language, culture, ethnicity, gender, age, and other forms of human differences. It simply means that we need to consider this range of diversity for the product to be universally beneficial. Susan Goldsman, a famous author and advocate for inclusive design, she was involved in designing inclusive place spaces, had this famous quote that summed the idea pretty well. Inclusive design doesn't mean you're designing one thing for all people. It means you're designing a diversity of ways for all people to participate in an experience so that everyone has a sense of belonging. This inclusive mindset of is the foundation of accessibility, which moves these principles from theory into practice by informing how to create products and experiences that are usable by the widest range of people possible. Accessibility as a practice ensures that a product's features, whether they are digital or digital interfaces or physical spaces or services, are understandable and usable by diverse with people with diverse needs. But the truth is that accessible designs present a huge impact. They don't just impact people with permanent disabilities. It's a practice that benefits everyone. A famous example is the curb cut effect. Engineers designed curb cuts, small ramps and sidewalks, that were originally installed to make it easier for people in wheelchairs to navigate. However, these ramps proved to be an unexpectedly useful feature for many other people, including parents pushing strollers, travelers with rolling luggage, delivery workers with hand trucks, people on bicycles or skateboards. The curb cut effect illustrates that designing for accessibility is not just helping a small group. It often creates a better, more convenient experience for everyone. It serves as a powerful argument of a broader concept of universal design, showing how equity-focused solutions can lead to widespread societal benefits. Of course, there's other examples as well, like closed captions on a video benefiting not only people who are deaf or hard of hearing, but also people who are watching something in a loud environment, or a user who is multilingual and is using captions to learn a new language, or someone who's trying to understand an actor who has a strong accent. Similarly, well-lit ramps have people using wheelchair, parents pushing stroller, etc., etc. So these are just some examples that speak to the to accessibility and inclusion as a core kind of ideas to pursue in UX research and design.
Great. Yeah, and just to add to that, that was a great answer, and I think you covered most of the bases there. I don't have a ton to add. I'll just add that, again, accessibility isn't just about, physical or sensory abilities or cognitive abilities. It's also about mental models and just sort of the lifelong experience people have had with technology. So a user who grew up with physical buttons and file menus, for example, has fundamentally different expectations about how technology should work than somebody maybe younger who grew up with touchscreens and gestures. So for an experience to be truly easy and empowering, it has to work for both types of these users. Just as an example, a younger user might find swiping up on a photo to see the details intuitive, but an older user might not discover that gesture or might not think of it initially. If we only rely on the gesture, the feature becomes inaccessible to them, or it becomes a paper cut that might add up and sort of degrade the holistic experience. And so I'll just, reiterate, by designing for these different generational extremes, we create a more robust product for everyone, or one that's more accessible for everyone across generations.
Absolutely agree with you, Eldita and Max. Accessibility isn't just about permanent disabilities, it's about designing for the full spectrum of human diversity.